we are going to dissect a cow's eye. This is the eye. What we're going to do is we're going to look at the outside of the eye first. The outside of the eye, you will see muscle, a lot of fat. You will see the white part of the eye, and at the back of the eye, you'll see the optic nerve and where it attaches to the eye. The front of the eye, you should see it clear. You'll see the iris, you'll see the clear part. In the middle of the iris, you'll be able to see the pupil. What you're going to do is you're going to cut away all of this fatty outer bit. Okay? The eye is held in place by the muscles in the eye socket, what we call the eye orbit. Okay? Inside of the eye, what you're going to see is an aqueous humour, and that keeps the shape of the eye. The fluid at the back, the inner layer of the eye, which starts to break down. The fluid. So we're going to cut around towards the front of the eye in a circular pattern, and then take the front bit off. You'll see the lens, which helps you to focus the light. You might be able to hold it up and see things that are upside down. You'll also see, when you cut away, the inner bit here, this is a light sensitive area called the retina, and it will be attached to a particular part of the back of the eye, and that's where the optic nerve joins. The optic nerve is bringing in these neurons, and as they get to the retina, they spread out, and it forms the retina with the rods and the cones. So, my assistant, Lucian. Here are cows. This one's a really fresh one, and you can actually see the pupil. You can see in the middle of the iris space, and you can almost see light shining back out. So this is quite a clear one. It's a fresh one.
I want a fresh one.
So I'll cut that one. Now, on the out part of the eye, the outside of the eye, like I said, we can see lots of fatty connective tissue. There is the optic nerve.
Oh, so small.
Okay, well, it's been cut. The pinky meaty bits are they're attached to the eye orbit, the skull. What they
that is creepy on so many levels.
That's what the muscles do. Some of these might have eyelids. This is part of the eyelid, and some of them might have still the eyelashes. And what the eyelids do is the eyes produce tears, and the tears get secreted through a tear duct, and then the eyelids wash tears over the front of the eye. Okay. So what we're going to do, scissors.
You know what I want to do actually? I want to have it.
We're going to cut off all of this. I did say that inside the eye you've got a lot of fluid. It's a bit like a water balloon, and if you press it too hard, whilst you're cutting it, you'll get eye juice from a decomposing eye in your eye.
What's the juice?
It's mostly water, but it's from a decomposing cow's eye, isn't it? So,
okay.
So we're going to cut away all of this tissue.
Mr. Assistant, keep recording.
Assistant, yeah. doing this, really, you shouldn't be cutting into the eye. You're just cutting around the outside. That white part, what's the white part called again? The white part of the eye that you can see.
What's the gap?
What's the white part of your eye called? When you look at someone's eyes and you see the white part.
Iris.
Not the iris.
Oh, on the side. The cornea.
No.
The fovea?
The fovea is the back.
No.
Pupil?
No.
Pupils are little.
So glad you revised this.
The thing that's back of the C.
No. So we've cut away pretty much all of this fatty layer. Still got some muscle left there. You can see all the muscle now. Okay? Come on, what's the white part? The tough, protective, outer part. This bit. Scalpel. Not that way, the other way. So what we're going to do, it's called the sclera, or the sclerotic layer. We're going to get our scalpel. This is where you don't want to put too much pressure. Feel the shape of it. You might want to do this with goggles, because if you do put too much pressure, you don't need goggles yet.
Have you tried it to get someone's mouth?
So I've done this. You tasted
it before?
Okay, so all you're going to do, hold it at the back. Bit of pressure, so you get your scalpel through, because this sclera is actually quite thick. So gentle. You can feel it going through. There you go. Once you get through like that,
Is that blood?
tweezers. We get our tweezers and our scissors. Pick it up. I'm going to cut all around. We're going to continue that cut. Go all. Here's our fluid.
Oh.
Beautiful. This is really fresh. It's so clear, the fluid in there.
How's that
You'll
water?
see it come out.
Oh, it's stuck to the plastic.
Stuck to the plastic.
See,
Tray.
all around. You'll see the lens pop out in a minute.
Oh, I see.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Like
It's white.
Transparent.
Oh.
Transparent.
That's
That's
what-
so the
The
light.
one day it was black.
So the light can get to the retina. There, look at that. Now that layer's starting to come off. That's the choroid layer.
Such a nice eye.
Beautiful. Look at the blood vessels.
Such a nice eye. He made it.
And you see the ball bit is our lens. See my hand through it. That's the pupil. That's the space. Okay. All of this fluid here is doing a couple of things. It's important for focusing the light. Not breathing heavily in the in.
Why is it like
Pull
jelly?
this away.
Why is it like jelly?
Why is it like jelly? Because it is pretty much a jelly.
Oh, I thought it was water.
Pull this up.
Oh.
Well, you can pull it off.
Okay.
Wow.
Professional.
So many layers, man.
So this.
That's it at the top.
If I put
That's the
it
lens.
over these letters.
Is that eyelashes?
No, it's part of the iris.
Oh.
So over the letters, you see it's kind of magnifying them. Things upside down.
I see your face upside down.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, whoa.
Okay.
Oh, that is creepy.
Thing.
Melting.
It's just water.
Melting.
It's just water.
The rest of the working.
All the fluids coming loose. We get the lens out.
Oh.
So is the black stuff on the lens?
Is the lens hard?
Yeah.
Oh, it's green.
Let's try to break it.
Yeah. Quickly.
Is it just
You missed the best part.
No, everyone except for orchestra now.
No, choir and Eric.
Try and get this.
And
There we go.
And Eric.
Why Eric?
Oh.
Alright.
You missed the best part, Eric.
So black is
Oh.
part of the iris. You can see the lines radiating out. This is a really clear lens. This is one of the clearest lenses.
Is it good if it's a clear lens?
This is how you see things. You
Fresh.
see things upside down. Because that's what the lens does.
So we're seeing everything.
Oh my god.
That is so cool.
Whoa, so cool.
The eyeball's so big.
So you're going to see that.
Into the lens?
The actual lenses on most of these are going to be quite cloudy because they're quite old. Now this is the front part of the eye. So what you've got here,
Oh, the slit.
this is the iris.
Oh.
So cool.
That's the colour.
No, we're gonna do it ourselves.
If I put my finger there, you can see how
Go through.
Oh,
That's
no, don't go.
cornea,
Oh.
and that's the clear bit. So the light goes through there, where my finger is, it goes through there. The iris controls the size of that hole, a bit like the aperture on a camera, so it allows more or less light to go through, and that basically helps to protect the iris, and it helps you to see things clearly. Too much light, and it just looks blinding. It bleaches the back, it bleaches the cells, and they're not sensitive anymore, temporarily. Now, blood vessels. The eye needs a good blood supply because it needs oxygen and it needs nutrients. So you can see very carefully, you can get that on the camera, beautiful blood vessel.
Yeah.
Now, I'll show you the retina. Now the retina in this is a textbook dissection, I have to say. Okay, this is a perfect dissection, and you're all going to do it the same way. You can see there's like a greeny metallic layer. Okay?
Copper.
In front of that, it's this. You see?
It's just like the.
Now the fluid in the eye, this bit here, this is spread throughout the back. Fluid in the eye pushes it against the outside of the eye, it spreads it out. It needs to lie flat. Now if you don't produce enough fluid, the eye pressure drops and the retina can actually come away from it. And I'll show you just how easily it comes away. If I just run my tweezers over, this is the retina here. There's the blood vessels, and you'll see where it's attached to the optic nerve. If I just pull it out like that, somewhere
Pull it out. No, you put
it
it on
will
your
stay
hand.
attached. Like that.
Mr. Whitman, have you ever just dissected a human eyeball?
Human? No. No, they're a bit hard to get hold of. People don't want to donate them. So there, where it's attached there at the back, that's the optic nerve. So if I turn that round, you'll see the optic nerve is in that same position. There it is there.
Oh.
Okay, just like a little penis at the back of the eye.
No, that's what I was thinking of.
So, just get rid of this. In some respects, oh, don't watch the bits of dissected eye. In some respects, this bit, the retina, as well as the optic nerve, is one of the most important parts of the eye, because this has the rods and the cones. So any damage to that means potential damage to the rods and the cones, means that you don't detect light, which basically leads to blindness. Any damage to the nerves, which takes the information to the brain, can result in blindness. When it gets to the brain interprets that information, and any kind of misinterpretations or false interpretations could lead to things like hallucinations and things like that. So it's all connected, and it's all very important in you kind of interpreting everything. This is the choroid layer. I mentioned about the other layer. So as it passes through the retina, you've got this layer here, which is the choroid layer.
It's very black.
Yeah. Like ink. To absorb the light that gets through. And then what you've got left is the really thick, you can see how thick it is. That's how thick. That's your sclerotic layer, your sclera. And that's the white protective part of the eye. get yourself impaired. Get your goggles on, because of that fluid. Don't apply too much pressure.
Simon, this is ended now. No, it ended.